See pictures and listen to audio of all your favorite KCAA shows. That's right, KCAA 1050 AM is now on Instagram. Go get your account.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
Hey everybody, I know I wasn't here last week, but I'm sure you enjoyed the show. It was a crazy conversation, crazy topic. If you guys want to go back and listen to it, you guys can go to kcaaradio.com. You can go to Spotify and look up KCAA, whatever works. Before we go on to our new topic, just a little teaser. What was last week?
Last week we chopped it up with Lola. She and her ex-boyfriend were kind of indoctrinated into this cult without knowing it, and so she was kind of talking about how she struggled with that. It was really fun. It was really interesting to talk about.
Yeah, so if you guys want to go back and listen to that, again, you can guys go on Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
KCAA, whatever works. Or you go to the website, kcaaradio.com. And then also, we have a website called whateverworks.com. And also our Instagram page, KCAA, whatever works. And we're going to be doing little clippets of our previous shows and videos. So stay tuned, follow us, like us, and keep listening to us, guys. So tune in. So before we get to our new guest this week, you want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors?
Yes, snjradio.com. No negative news, no politics, just feel good music. And our man Secondhand Sand up at Second Chance Thrift Store next to USA Subs on Ukaiba Boulevard.
Yeah, go check them out, guys. Okay, do we have Ethiel on the line?
Sam, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Hello, hello.
I'm doing great.
Would you like to introduce yourself and have the people know who you are?
Yeah, so again, name is Ethiel Emmons, and I am the founder and CEO of actually 3 companies, Skin Beautiful Organics, which is my skincare brand. Also, we're starting up a new app, mobile app called The Glam Daily. It's a social insights app. And recently, I got promoted to become an editor-in-chief of the Modern World publication. So I'm doing many things, actually.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, so we're actually going to break this down a little bit. I'm actually interested in all 3 things that you work at, all your professions. But let's talk about your beauty product. Beauty brand, CEO of Skin Beautiful Organics. Let's talk about that. How did you get into that, and what is it?
Yeah, so I actually have a very sensitive skin, and anytime I go to, any drugstore, even the high-end, retail stores like Sephora, for example, just mainstream cosmetics and skincare brands, they just give me this very bad rashes. I go to all the urgent care, sometimes emergency rooms, just really bad rashes and very bad. So I decided to, perhaps switch to something more natural and plant-based. Back in 2007, I thought, I'd, do some DIY, homemade, concoctions using natural ingredients found from your, groceries. And I tried to do that for some time, but I became an expat, so I was traveling for work, and it was just impossible to do all that, So I had no choice but to buy all these cosmetics and skincare from, luxury and sometimes at the airport, while traveling. And, yeah, I got all those rashes. And so back in 2020, when, the height of the pandemic, I was coming back home from the Netherlands, back to my hometown in Houston, and there was a lockdown, I think, at the time, March of 2020. I still remember that. And I left my apartment in the Netherlands in a haze. So when I came back home, I had nothing with me and didn't bring really anything, from my face, from my cosmetics. So I just bought something from the cosmetics store locally, and I had lots of rashes after that. So I decided, well, I got some time in my hands, nothing to do. I was waiting for the lockdown to be over. So I started to do my own homemade, formula again. And it was so good. And some of my friends said, "Oh, Ethel, why don't you sell this? This is really good." My sister encouraged me. And so next thing you know, I set up my Instagram account. I started to, learn how to do formal formulation of skincare, more professionally made skincare, and I started to bottle them. And it was a big hit. I got lots of sales, lots of people supporting me. Actually, when I went live and I launched the product, I was actually featured in Vogue in the UK and GQ and Tatler. So those are British magazines. They were the first ones to pick me up and feature the product there. So I was really proud of that. And then ever since, it's just a really good business. We're also available in Amazon, but also DTC, direct to consumer, via our website. So that's how I started. It was just a hobby, for my own personal use to take care of my own sensitivity, and it turned into a business.
Wow, that's awesome. Do you know why you got those rashes taking those products?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I think it's funny when I went to I go to this urgent care, and the doctor there is a Filipino guy just like me,
Mhm.
and he talked to me in Tagalog and say, "Hey, why do you keep using all this nonsense and all these cosmetics? They have lots of toxic chemicals, and Filipino skin is very sensitive, so you should just be washing it with like a regular soap bar, and that's it. Don't do anything more." I guess it's just I don't know. People are sometimes born with some sort of allergic reactions to like peanuts or some of those allergic inducing foods. But for me, it's my skin, just crazy sensitive. I remember this time when we went to Hawaii. It was my first time there. We went on a vacation with the whole family, and I did not know I was sensitive to copper tone, the sunscreen.
Mm.
So
Oh wow.
on our way to Oahu, we were all, the beach there. We were all slathering ourselves with the sunscreen, copper tone. And next thing I know, the following day I had rashes. Like, I went to the doctor, I went to the hospital there, had a Benadryl shot, and some pills to take as well. And the doctor said, you cannot be under the sun. You need to be wearing long sleeves. You need to have umbrella.
Mhm.
And I was like, do you realize I'm in Hawaii? How could I be doing all that? So it's crazy. I don't know. I was just born with it. It's unfair, but
But being Filipino, because I'm also a Filipino, so it was really exciting to find that out. Um,
yeah.
don't we already have beautiful skin?
Yeah, exactly. That's actually what the doctor told me. Like, why are you trying very hard? You don't really need it.
That is funny.
But women are just like me. I speak for myself. If you come to my house, my sink is like a pharmacy. You can actually go shopping there. Lots of different things I put on my face, on my body. And the funny thing is, women, at least again for myself, I'm never satisfied with just one product line. This month I'll use this, and next month, oh, I'm tired of that. And, what's the latest and greatest? So you're always looking for this latest and greatest, and sometimes they're just not right for you. So
I have a question. So the skincare products that you sell help with rashes. Do you know if it helps with any other skin conditions like eczema or psoriasis too, or?
yeah, no, it's fortunately it's not like that to that extreme. It's just that it's I think it's more of dermatitis, um, red, watery, blistery.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, lasts for I would say either 4 days, and sometimes if I'm really unlucky, I'll have swollen eyes. It's crazy. I don't know why. And sometimes they said that it goes with age as well. Because when I was younger, I was not like that. I could put literally anything. I could eat anything.
Hmm.
I'm not allergic to anything. But I think as you grow older, you develop some sensitivities. Like for example, I didn't know I was allergic to pea protein. I've eaten peas all my life and no problem. And I discovered I'm allergic to pea protein. So those plant-based vegan
Hmm.
protein bars. I think they use pea protein for the protein. And I didn't realize I was allergic to that. So I was throwing up,
Oh wow.
bad, like bad case of allergy.
Yeah.
The worst I could think of.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you're digesting that stuff.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
if it's just like a topical like remedy, then yeah, maybe like a rash or anything like. But once it's inside the body, then yeah, I'm sure your
Yeah.
body does whatever it can to get rid of it. What natural ingredients are in your product?
Different kinds. So butters, like shea butters, cocoa butters, mango butters, all those emollients, really good stuff that can make your skin really soft and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Essential oils, for their medicinal and herbal effects. For example, tea tree oil. Did you know that it has antibacterial properties? So we use them for you know, cleansers or toners that can help clear up your skin as well. So we use a lot of that, and also we don't put any perfume or anything like that. So when you buy the product, you notice that it smells really good, very fragrant, but that's really the natural essence of the flowers. So
Right.
that's what you're smelling. We don't add any additives or any synthetic fragrances there.
Mm.
So so that's what we usually have. We combine the butters and the oils with essential oils to make sure that, and then of course all the secret ingredients to formulate the right texture
Right.
that can make it functional. If it's a bar, if it's a serum, or an oil cleanser, for example. So we use different kinds of oils and essential oils.
So are your products like, let's say for like a face, is it just like a face wash or like a face lotion, or what kind of remedy is it?
Yeah, we do have a full range. So from cleanser to toner to essence, and I'm sure you know all the differences between them, right?
Hmm.
Toners, essence, serums, and then day creams and night creams. We do also carry face masks and scrubs. So everything that you need to be skin beautiful.
Hmm. And when you make these new products, do you test them on yourself, or do you have like lab rats, or what?
Yeah, I'm the first lab rat.
Uh,
Yeah, so good question. That's part of the process, the testing and making sure we pass the quality control test. We do send it to a separate lab for testing, but during product design and formulation, obviously I'm the guinea pig, and I formulate them actually. So I create the formula, percentages of the different components. And I took formal classes actually with the Formula Botanica. It's a UK-based center for natural and organic skincare formulation. So I went there, and then I work with a manufacturer that can do the mass production for the formula.
Mm.
And part of the process is testing. They will not release the product or create or manufacture the product without clearance. So
Right.
that's how we ensure, quality, to our customers.
Is it like animal testing first, or?
Oh, we don't do animal testing. It's more of laboratory structured, organized, type of testing. The pH balances, for example, they know the different range, toxicity, and also, the percentages of preservatives that we use. That can, there's a certain limit or dermal limits, as we call them, that you cannot exceed, so that it doesn't cause any irritation or allergic reaction to the user.
What is the latest and greatest product that's out right now, or that is or that you have out?
Yeah, so I'm really proud of the intelligent skincare that is in a firming fluid structure or texture. It is composed of lots of peptides, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, but peptides are really good for enabling and supporting the structure of your skin matrix. It actually tells part of your cell structure to promote and create more collagen. So it's like a communication matrix that tells other cells to support and create more elastin and collagen, so that you get more firmer skin. And I really like that. It's not superficial, because it's working skin deep. The others that you see out there, they're mainly hydrating the surface of the skin, so it makes it look fresh and plump and youthful. And there's nothing wrong about that. We like instant gratification, so when you put something on your skin, you just want to see the effect right away. So that's good. But what I'm proud of is the skin firming fluid that we have. It's we call it intelligent because of the peptides that we put in there.
Oh, cool. And I have a comment from one of our listeners, and I'm sorry if this is a little inappropriate. Does it? This is a weird question to ask. I'm already in the motion. When it comes to, do you ever have allergic reactions to your products? Like in terms of like worst case scenarios than rashes?
Yeah, so for me, no. For the final product, I don't have any reactions, and I have not. And this is really good. I haven't received any complaints or any dissatisfaction from my customers saying, "Oh, this is creating all this skin allergic reactions." However, during product development and testing, it happens, because sometimes we put so much of some elements or ingredients, and that's why we do testing. That's one of the primary reasons. So during testing, yes, it's part of the process. So yeah, I've gotten some allergic reactions because we just put too much of something, and I will not say which ones, but during testing, that's just natural. So, but we make sure we adjust the formula, so when we sell the products to the market, that we eliminate those problems.
Oh, nice. And when it comes to shaving, like the face or the body, whatever, does that help with the irritation?
So we don't. My products are not tested against shaving. It's not really meant for that. It's meant for cleansing. After you cleanse your face, then you put the toner, use spray the essence, and then you put on the serum and the cream. So it's more of
like hydrating, right?
That routine. It's not meant to be used for shaving. I wouldn't suggest that for shaving. I haven't done that for myself.
Would you suggest on having it do like a daily cleanse with those products?
Daily. Say that again.
Like, would you recommend using your products daily, like every day, multiple times a day?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I use it daily. Definitely. So night and day. So we have specific lines that are meant for the evening use and also for daily use. The difference is that for the morning use, it's more of protective against environmental stressors, the sun, the pollution, so more around protection and also hydration. So, women wear makeup in the morning, so you want a really beautiful base for your makeup. So you don't want flaky skin or dry skin. So you want to put the day creams, for example. But at night, since you're at home, you can put heavier creams and it's good because it keeps your face hydrated the whole night. So when you wake up, it's just beautiful, beautiful skin.
Nice.
Tell us a little bit about your app that you're releasing. Are you able to buy some of your products through the app, or how does that work?
Yeah, so really good question. So, while I'm doing this skincare brand, I realized all the problems that startup businesses, face, in terms of marketing their, products and services out there. Of course, we have social media. You can have paid ads. You can have many different things, influencers, affiliates, etc. It's just really hard, to market, especially if you're a new brand. Of course, you have limited resources, and there's so many things coming at you as a new business owner. So I realized all of that. I encountered all of that, and so while I was looking for a solution, I thought, well, okay, there's so many solutions out there. They're very fragmented. They're not unified solution, comprehensive, solution that will solve all my problems. And social media, I love it. I met really good friends there. Some of my influencer friends now. But it's just there's a lot of lack of authenticity. There's a lot of fakeness going on there, right? And I know that firsthand because I know I'm working with some of these influencers, right? So you pay them and they post with your products and they say good things about your products, but do they really use the products? I mean, do they really know what the products are all about? Can they talk about the ingredients? Can they really talk about the benefits and all that? So I did not really see that. I didn't feel that. So I was looking more for something more authentic, something that will give more word of mouth, like real word of mouth advertising for your product. So I thought of creating this social insights app. So actually, it's a video product review app, and no strings attached. It's all about what you really think about the product. Not just skincare. It's not really limited to the products that I sell. It's open to any brands actually. Because I want to solve the problem that I face. So this is an app that allows any consumers, but we're targeting Gen Z consumers. So, for them to be able to come on camera and say, these are the good things I liked about this product, and these are the things that can be improved. And so for the brands, it's win-win because they hear about the feedback right away and they can make changes to or improve, their products the next time around.
Right.
But also, when they're going to launch new product lines, they already get, they through the app or through this community, they'll be able to get, product, a community-based design or feedback in terms of what products your target consumers would like to purchase. So it's a way for the brands and the consumers to be able to, provide feedback and to communicate and to work together to design a product. So it's more like a community-based product design that connects the brands and the consumers before brands mass produce their products. Actually, I got the idea from, I think there's one brand, they were launching this product, and they said that, well, before we mass manufacture their product, they'd send, I think, 5,000 kits to the early customers, and all they ask for is honest review, honest feedback, no charge, of course, for the full-size product, and it's their way of engaging with the community to help them design the products that will resonate with their consumers, that actually will solve the problems of their target consumers. So that idea gave me the inspiration to come up with this social insights app to bring this community together, but focusing on the Gen Z and then the brands.
I think that's a brilliant idea, getting the community involved to participate on how to make your product better. It is 25 minutes past the hour. You guys are listening to Whatever Works. We have a special guest, Ethiel Emmons, here on the line with us. She is the CEO and co-founder, or just founder, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
CEO and founder of Butic Organics. We're just talking about all her beauty products and why it's beneficial and all this stuff. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you guys can call in at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. If you guys are just tuning in, we're just talking about how basically how the way her business works. Before they, mass produce a product and put it out there, they hand out free gifts. They distribute some of their products out to their communities, and all they ask is for you to try it and give an honest review and honest judgment on it. And that really helps them, really be keen on what should be in their products, as well as help the community themselves as they help themselves. One of the questions I have is, what communities, like where, like in the night, or like here in California, do you guys distribute gifts out here, or where's your community at?
Yeah, it's a global community. So anywhere where the brand is. So if the brand is based in California, it's possible if they like to produce, the sponsorship to send their products to their community in California, or it could be global. Depends on where the brand is shipping to. But our target market is, we want to start in the U.S. first, but we want to go global as part of our product roadmap. So we're launching actually next month. We will go live with the product. It's a phase one where we involve the users first, so the users get a feel for how the app works, how they can upload their reviews for any products that they're using today. So today you can go to Google reviews or Trustpilot or Amazon, right? So you can upload your reviews there for the product that you purchased. So similarly, this is a video product reviews. You can upload your video reviews there, and it gives the brands the chance to hear about feedback, but also they can launch their community-based product design campaigns there and recruit users who already have signed up with the app. So they can choose to distribute their products locally where they are located, or it can be nationwide. So there's really no limit.
So from what we understand, the app serves as both a way for your community to review your products or other products, and it also serves as clinical research for these companies as well as your company.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Are there any like major companies or anything that saw the app and they're like, hey, this is a great idea. Let's collaborate, or let's
Network.
Yeah, network.
Yeah, so we have actually started to talk to about 40 brands now, and all of them have signified their strong support for the app and for the process that we're trying to do for the workflow. So we are targeting to have the brands onboarded in the fall period, and so the 40 that we've already approached signified their support and their interest to sign up for our first release. So I'm quite excited about that. Quite a bit. I was not expecting that much. And, as we're also, our profile is also available on Crunchbase, on LinkedIn. So we get a lot of inquiries almost every day now as we're nearing our launch. So we want to make sure it's a phased approach. So we want to ensure product market fit before we scale. So we're starting with the users first next month to also get their feedback in terms of, is it a good idea? Is it, from a usability standpoint, do they like the app? Do we need to, do some changes? And then the brands, the ability for the brands to launch their review campaigns or community-based product design campaigns or projects there will be available in early fall. So by that time, hopefully, we would be ready to launch the 40 brands that have signified their support with us. And unfortunately, with the NDA, I cannot really disclose yet. It's still kind of early. So hopefully,
right, yeah.
if I ever come back, I would be able to share with you
Right.
those wins.
That's perfect. That's awesome. That's good to hear. We are coming up on our 5-minute break, but stay tuned and hang around, guys. You guys are listening to Whatever Works with Ethiel and Kyle Kerrigan.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, me, Sam Works. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Enjoy your Sunday. And
from the Bureau of Economic Geology, this is Earth Date. Take a moment to look at your hands. Move them around and watch how the bones work. Think about what your hands have done in your lifetime alone. They learned to write. They drove your first car. Took the hand of the person you'd marry. They work every day in an office, shop, or laboratory. And they held or will hold your children for the very first time. Your hands will touch every part of your time on Earth. But the minerals that make them up are eternal. The calcium in the bones of your hands is older than the Earth itself. It formed after the Big Bang through supernova explosions and became concentrated in rocky planets. Once on Earth, it may have spent 500 million years drifting in seawater or passing through generations of ancient sea creatures. 200 million years more in the age of dinosaurs, making up the bones of tyrannosaurs or the eggshells of pteranodons. Your calcium then journeyed through 100 million years of mammals, finally pausing for a geologic split second to form your hands. After your hands have held their last cup of coffee or played their last song, no matter how your remains are disposed of, your calcium will one day re-enter the Earth. Who knows where it might end up next? Perhaps it could pass through the bones of generations of future humans, one of whom just may take a tiny part of you once again to another galaxy. I'm Scott Tinker, and thanks for listening.
Earth Date is produced by the Bureau of Economic Geology at the University of Texas at Austin. Earth Date is researched by Julie Hennings, written by Harry Lynch, and distributed by Mark Blunt and Casey Walker. For more stories, follow us on Facebook or visit earthdate.org.
We've all heard jokes that begin with a rabbi, a priest, and a minister walk into a bar. Well, a rabbi, a minister, and a deacon actually walk into the KCAA studios every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. to host the radio program Religion on the Line. And that's no joke. Together, they offer a mixture of humor and serious conversation about things that really matter in life and how to make our lives happier and more fulfilling. They compare religious doctrine and learn from each other while bringing a unique perspective of religion to the KCAA audience. Listen every Sunday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. for Religion on the Line, the intersection of humanity and divinity, right here on KCAA Radio, the station that leaves no listeners behind.
Bob Vila here with my home improvement tip of the day. When I talk to homeowners about safety, it often centers around using tools, ladders, and so forth. But there are a lot of other ways that you may be injured in your home. One of them is by mixing the wrong chemicals. You've probably heard you shouldn't mix bleach with ammonia. That's true. It produces vapors that can damage your lungs and even kill you. Also on the don't mix list, bleach with vinegar. When combined, they give off a chlorine vapor that's similar to the poison gas used against Allied troops in World War I. Bleach shouldn't be combined with toilet bowl cleaners either, since they too can produce toxic fumes. Also, steer clear from combining highly acidic products with products that are highly alkaline. They can cause serious chemical burns if they come into contact with your skin. Before using any household product, it's best to check the label. Potentially harmful interactions are often listed there. Get more info at bobvila.com and right here at home with me, Bob Vila.
Hey y'all, Merle here. Good news. For once my neighbors is jealous of me. You want to know why? Because my grass is growing and looking green, and I can sit on my sofa out in the front yard, and I don't even have to overwater it anymore. You know how I did it? I listened to Damn Water Boys on the Water Zone every Thursday night on KCAA. Well, I got me a smart controller, and now it waters at night, and my yard looks darn tootin'. No more sneaking around and hooking up my hose to my neighbor's spigot in the middle of the night, and his dog won't bite me anymore. And you can do it too. Listening is easier than ever. KCAA is now screaming online.
It's streaming.
What?
It's streaming, you dummy.
Well, I don't know much about streaming, but they doing it apparently at KCAAradio.com. And they also on 3 radio frequencies now too. 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. I guess that's for those 1%ers who have 3 radios. So anywho, listen to the Water Zone and fix your yacht up right here at KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Her name is Ethiel Emmons. She is the founder and CEO of Skin Beautiful Organics. It's a beauty brand that helps, glorify your skin a little bit here and out there. Kyle, you want to give us a little sponsorship shout out?
Yes, snjradio.com. No negative news, no politics, just feel good music. And our man, Secondhand Sam, up at Second Chance Thrift Store next to USA Subs on Yucaipa Boulevard.
Yeah, go check them out, guys. Hey, if you guys are just tuning in, if you guys are on the road or if you guys are at home listening, we're having a great show. All our previous shows are fantastic, actually, and I highly recommend going back and listening to them. Each week is a different topic. So last week it was about a girl who got out of a cult. This week is about beauty products and having your skin look beautiful and why it's so important to have beautiful skin.
Yeah.
Besides just the attraction of it. And, it's always different. So if you guys have any suggestion topics or even people who want to come on the show, you can just contact us, email or Instagram, whatever works, or KCAA, whatever works on Instagram. If you guys want to go back and listen to any previous shows, you can go on Spotify and look up KCAA, whatever works, or go on the website at kcaaradio.com and find our podcast and listen from there. So we have Ethiel on, and we have a pretty good question for her. Go ahead.
So just before the break, we were talking about some major brands, talking about getting on the app for research or other purposes like that. Have you had any other local creators contact you and be like, hey, you inspire me to release my own products, or I have an idea for this. Could you help me with that, or other things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So during my work with Skin Beautiful Organics, like I mentioned earlier, I've met really interesting and really nice people, from Instagram and TikTok, the influencers. They actually gave me some of these ideas as well. I talked to them about, the pain points and the problems they're experiencing, in those platforms. Are they making money? Are they really reaching out to their target audience, marketing their, skin and skincare and cosmetics, beauty verticals, for example. And, the issue that they face is that, Instagram, for example, is a very broad-based audience, right? So they have millions of followers, of course, but they come from many different areas and walks of life. They're not targeted to listen or engage in, cosmetics or skincare, beauty type of topics. So it's hard for brands, like me, to use influencers that way. And also for them, it's hard to market to their followers because they're not all interested in beauty, for example. So because of, this feedback, interviewed, my influencer friends, and they inspired me to come up with this platform because, in this platform that I'm creating, they will also make money, right? And our target is to make sure that the creators or influencers, they make money above the average that what they're currently making on Instagram or TikTok today, and so we want to enable new kind of entrepreneurship for them, a new business model that will entice them and motivate them to participate in this new community. Again, in this community, its core currency is authenticity. So no filters, no staged production, but just real you, with your camera, video, and the product, talking about the product. And so those are the things that this influencer community has shared with me, the close friends I have there. they were very honest to say that, this is not working out. We're not getting a lot of brand sponsorships or, making a reasonable amount of money doing what we do, because obviously their followers are not all beauty, communities. So in this app that we're doing, we want to make sure it's targeted to the specific community that you're marketing to. So you're talking to your followers who are already interested, or they're aligned with your vertical or your niche. So, better engagement, better outcomes, better results that, the brands could really see and make a big difference. So they get what they want, the creators get what they want, and it's a win-win situation.
For some of our viewers and our listeners out there who might not know, is the economy for skincare growing at a very good rate? Is this app that you're releasing, at a perfect time, or is there a better time that could be released, or talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I know with all the chaos that the world is facing right now, supply chain issues and inflation, recession, however you want to call it these days. There's a big concern about that. But the good news is that it's a consumable, right? Whether you like it or not, you still need to do something about it. You need to use it. It's like, something that you need to have. So even during the pandemic, we did not see a slowdown. And actually during the pandemic and up to this time, we saw a lot of skincare and beauty and cosmetic companies born, from the influencers, the big names out there that we know about, the celebrities. Lots of them launched their brands all the way through the indie brands, people like me. Because right now it's very easy to market products with social media. You can do your own advertising. It's no longer, what it used to be. So the ease of entry, the low barrier to entry, I think it made it very easy for people to come up with, with their own skincare or beauty business. So it's not difficult in terms of the market. It's always there, and it's projected to grow. However, I recognize the risks there, right? So the manufacturing, the ingredients, the availability, shipping, all those kind of issues. So that's why I'm starting to pivot to more of a digital, e-commerce type of business model. Mm-hmm. So for me, this app, this social insights app called the Glam Daily, will be a digital platform that connects people. So instead of a physical good, like this, jars and bottles of beauty products, mm-hmm. I do have this platform that is, digital and allows people to connect and transact in a business. So for me, it's a really good model that will help, the creators, the brands, and also the companies. So it's, again, a win-win situation.
With people like you who make their own natural remedies when you first started, what are some of the home ingredients that people think are okay for your skin but should really stay away from?
I think it really depends. Again, the allergic tolerance of people. So some people might not be able to always tolerate, for example, aloe vera. Aloe vera is very natural. I've used it since I was little. You just go to your garden, cut some leaves, and then put it on your face. So you think it's natural, it's good for your skin, but unfortunately, not for me, fortunately, but my cousin, I believe, at the time we were young. She tried it on her face because I was doing it on my face, and she said, let me go and try that. But actually, she had allergic reaction to it, so she got the blisters and the redness and all the scratchy, feelings. Yeah. So it really, my suggestion is before you put anything on your face, try it on the, inside part of your arm, for example, before you put on your skin, on your face. So that way, if you have some allergic reaction or not. Strawberries is another one. Strawberries are actually good as a toner. It can whiten skin as well, or brighten the skin if you have blemishes. It's a typical ingredient we use for toners and cleansers as well. It's very expensive, of course, to do it naturally, but it's really good. It's a really high quality ingredient. But again, I know a person who's also allergic to strawberries. Like, why would you be allergic to strawberries? It's really good fruit. One of my favorites. But again, unfortunately, she didn't realize she has some reactions to it. So again, suggestion is to try it first on the inner side of your arm before you put it on your face. Yeah. So, and tea tree, essential oil, same thing. This is where the dermal limits are very important to understand. Just because it says it's antibacterial, it's good for your skin. The first reaction is to get a cotton and put the essential oil there, saturated, and put it on your face. That's really bad idea because it's not good, in large quantities for your skin. So that's why you need to dilute some of these essential oils, for example, before you can use them. So we use a base or carrier oils like, the jojoba oil. That's very common to be used, a grapeseed oil. So you need to dilute all those essential oils before you can apply it to your skin. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad case of rashes.
As a successful business owner, everyone has to go through their trials and tribulations. What were some of the difficulties trying to grow your business?
Yeah, so first is actually trying to find the pain points. What problem am I going to solve? Especially, beauty and skincare is a very saturated market, right? But in a way, it's good. That means that there's a big market for it, right? That people want it, people demand it, and they want to buy it. But also at the same time, what problem are you trying to solve? It feels like everything is already solved. You have lotion or creams for everything, right, out there. So trying to find the pain points in really who is your target market? Are you marketing to younger audience or more mature or sort of kind of in between, or is it for male, female? So trying to find that focus is very hard. When I was starting out, I was thinking, I want it to be, generic, so anybody can use it, male, female, whatever age. But actually, that's not a good idea because we have, different stages in life, different ages, and also, male, female, we do have different needs. So there's something to take into account. Once you find that, the next thing is really trying to find the right suppliers to help you. So your partners, your business partners, it's very hard. This is something that I struggled with in the beginning because obviously I was new in the business, new in the industry. I don't know anybody, and here you are armed with your passion and dreams and some money and some knowledge about skincare formulation, and now you want to hand over your baby to somebody who hopefully will be able to mass manufacture it and make your dream to a reality. So finding that partner, the true partner that you can trust, is very hard. So I had to go through a few iterations before I was able to find the right partner. So, make sure that before you sign the dotted line, because you sign a contract, and you can be liable for really big amounts. So you need to do your due diligence. Talk to as many current customers that they have, or previous customers, and figure out why they left the partnership before you sign, before you commit a big amount of money, to spend when you do the manufacturing. So for me, that's a big deal. and I had to go through a few of them before I was able to find the right partner.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good. You guys
Yeah.
really broke that down.
And also the speed, in this market, like I said earlier, everyone is trying to come up with their own ideas, right? They wanted to launch their own product, especially during this pandemic. Everybody's working from home, and there's a lot of creative energies out there. So if you're thinking too long or too much, that's also not good because you want to speed the market. But kind of the double-edged sword part of it is, well, you need to make sure the focus is there. Like I mentioned, like what problem you're trying to solve, who is your target customer. Again, very basic questions, right? But when you're armed with passion and energy, you just want to get your products out there. Sometimes you get blinded by those things, and you tend to forget the basics. And you just jump through the hoops, and you just want to get your products out there. And I would suggest not to do that. I had made hasty decisions as well, because you're like, okay, I'm just gonna do it, close with my eyes closed, but not a good idea. Yes, there's passion, there's a lot of excitement, but you need to temper that with great business decision making, because at the end of the day, you need to make money, right? So you need to be profitable. You need to be able to scale. So there's got to be some logic behind what you're doing as well.
Right.
So take the time, but also remember that speed to market is important.
Well, thank you very much. We only have about a minute left on the show. What is your social media page so people can follow you or ask you questions?
Yeah, so Ethiel Emmons for my personal, if you want to follow me there. You can also follow Skin Beautiful Organics on Instagram, and also The Glam Daily Official on Instagram. And you can also find the links to our other social media as well. So, but you can start from there. Make it easy to remember.
All right, cool. Wrap it up.
All right. Thank you for listening to Whatever Works. I'm Kyle Kerrigan.
And I'm Sam Works. And
thank you very much.
Thank you, Ethiel, for being on our show. And we'll definitely stay in contact. I actually followed you on Instagram and on Facebook, so hopefully we can stay in touch. And
thank you.
Yeah. And so next week, guys, stay tuned. We'll be here again every Sunday on the dot at 7 o'clock. Again, if you guys want to go back to listen to any of our commercial or any of our shows like this one, go back to kcaaradio.com, find our podcast, or on Spotify on KCAA, whatever works. I'm Sam Works.
I'm Kyle Kerrigan.
And we'll see you guys